shoulders drop. Let your breathing become quieter. And if you enjoy drifting away with these gentle whisper stories each night, leave a soft like and subscribe so you can find your way back here again tomorrow evening. Tonight, you are walking toward a wide open field where the day is ending very slowly. The sky is still holding a little light, not bright anymore, just soft, just faded, just enough to turn the clouds into long blue shapes above the trees. The grass is tall in places, dry and pale and silver at the edges, and every small movement through it sounds hushed, as if the whole field already knows that this is the hour for being quiet. You follow a narrow path that has been pressed into the earth by many calm evenings before this one. It is not a path you need to think hard about. It simply goes where it should go, and your feet seem to understand it immediately. On either side, the field breathes in long, still waves. Seededs bend lightly, thin stems brush one another, and now and then the evening air moves across the open land so gently that it feels less like wind and more like the world sighing. Behind the field, there is a line of trees, dark at the bottom, golden at the top where the last light is resting on their leaves. Some are slender, some are full, some lean just slightly as if they have spent years listening to the sky. Above them, the clouds drift in great slow pieces, heavy-looking but not threatening. They are peaceful clouds, the kind that cover the evening like a blanket being drawn carefully over a sleeping room. You do not need to hurry here. There is nowhere you are meant to arrive except more deeply into this quiet. Every step seems to loosen something inside you. Some thought that was too tight. Some worry that had been sitting in your shoulders. Some hurry you carried without noticing. It begins to slip away, little by little, because this field does not ask anything from you. It does not ask you to explain yourself. It does not ask you to solve anything. It does not ask you to be more prepared, or more productive, or more certain. It only asks you to keep walking softly and to let the evening do its work. A little farther ahead, the path widens, and you come to a small, worn bench made from old pale wood. It sits near the edge of the field, where the grass is thin out and the ground becomes smoother, as if someone once found the exact right place to stop, and then kindly left it there for anyone who might need a quiet ending to the day. You sit down. The wood is cool, the earth below is steady, and the air carries that faint dry scent of grass and bark and distant soil, slowly losing the warmth of the sun. When you breathe in, you can feel how much space there is around you, space above you, space beside you, space inside your own chest. It feels good to have so much room, good to not be crowded by noise, good to not be surrounded by urgency. You lift your eyes toward the clouds again. They are moving so slowly that they almost seem still. And yet, if you keep watching, you notice the edges changing, softening, reshaping, sliding over one another without effort. And there is something very comforting in that. The way the sky never has to force its changes. It simply becomes what it becomes, quietly, over time, without apology. The same is allowed for you. You are allowed to soften gradually. You are allowed to become calm in stages. You are allowed to arrive at rest, little by little. You do not need to switch off all at once. You do not need to feel peaceful immediately. You only need to stay here long enough for your mind to realize that it is safe to unclench. Somewhere in the grasses, a tiny sound rises and falls. Not loud, just a soft evening rhythm, the sort of sound that belongs outside and asks to be left unnamed. Another answers from farther away, and then the field becomes full of these small, careful voices, never interrupting the quiet, only deepening it. You rest your hands in your lap or at your sides and feel how simple it is to do nothing here. Not empty, not lonely, just simple, just enough. There is comfort in a place that expects nothing more from you than your presence. The light lowers again, so gently you almost miss it. The gold near the tops of the trees fades into a dusky copper, then into gray, then into that soft blue that belongs only to evening. The field changes with it. What looked dry and pale a little while ago now looks muted and velvety. The grasses blur into one quiet surface. The path becomes lighter than the ground around it, and the bench beneath you seems to settle more firmly into the earth, as if everything is preparing to be still for the night. You think of all the things you do not need to carry past this point, the unfinished moments, the conversations you replayed too many times, the small mistakes that stayed with you longer than they should have, the questions that did not receive answers today. You do not have to take all of them into the dark with you. Some things can remain here, set down quietly, left in the field where the evening knows how to hold them without making them heavier. So you begin, not with effort, but with permission. You let one thought go, and then another, and then another. You do not push them away. You simply stop picking them back up. And after a while, your mind becomes less crowded. The spaces between your thoughts grow wider, so wide and so gentle that the silence between them begins to feel like something you can rest inside. The clouds continue their slow passage, and now the first hint of evening starlight is waiting somewhere beyond them, not visible yet, but near. The kind of near you can feel before you can see. The trees stand in a dark, patient row, keeping watch over the edge of the field, their branches barely moving, their shapes becoming softer as the light thins. You have the feeling that this place has seen many people arrive carrying too much, and many people leave carrying less. That it has listened without language, comforted without reaching, and held entire evenings together with nothing more than sky and grass and room to breathe. You lean back slightly and let your jaw soften. Your eyes do not need to stay fully open. They can rest halfway or close for a few moments. When they do, the field is still there. The clouds are still there. The trees are still there. The path is still there. Everything kind remains. There is no need to hold watch. There is no need to stay alert. This evening is not slipping away from you. It is gathering around you, settling over you, becoming part of the air you breathe. And now the open space in front of you feels almost endless, not empty, but forgiving. A place where your thoughts can stretch out and become less sharp. A place where your body can remember how to rest without being told. A place where nothing is demanding a performance from you. You can simply sit here while the sky darkens one quiet shade at a time, while the field loses its edges and becomes softer and softer, while the evening gathers itself into a calm blue hush. And if there is anything in you that still feels tight, anything still trying to race ahead, anything still asking what comes next, let the field answer, not with words, but with its steadiness, with the way it does not hurry, with the way it lets the light go without fear, with the way it trusts the night to arrive exactly when it should. You can trust that too. You can trust this slowing down. You can trust the quiet. You can trust the softness that comes when you stop resisting rest. Before long, the bench feels warmer somehow, even though the air is cooler now. Perhaps because your body has stopped bracing. Perhaps because peace always feels a little like warmth when it finally reaches you. The last light rests for a moment along the highest cloud, and then eases away. The field does not become lonely. It becomes tender. The trees do not become dark. They become sheltering. The sky does not close. It becomes deeper. And you do not become lost in the night. You become held by it. So stay a little longer, just long enough for the calm to settle fully, just long enough for your breathing to find its own easy rhythm, just long enough for your thoughts to dim into something soft and distant. And when you are ready, you can leave this field knowing it will remain here, waiting beneath the clouds, quiet at the edge of the trees, open and patient and gentle, ready to welcome you back on another evening when you need somewhere to set the day down. For now, let your body grow heavier. Let your mind grow quieter. Let the wide, darkening field hold the last of your wakefulness. And let the evening keep watch while you drift. Good night.